All right, we are live. It's Sunday morning. So excited to be here with Herman and Jessica, the
Morning.
founders of Chumami Chili Oil. I haven't tried the chili oil yet, but I ordered 4 bottles the other day.
Oh,
Excellent.
nice.
Awesome.
Thank
So
you.
we're very excited to try it out and to give it to some family and friends so they can all try it as well.
Well,
But
glad to be here.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having us.
Andy and I, we're a family business for buy local and as well as our investment business. You guys are a family business as well. How did you guys come up with the idea of Chumami Chili Oil?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, thanks so much for having Jessica and I. We're really proud and honored to be here today to share a little bit of Chumami chili oil and our background. So the inception and really the beginning of the family chili oil really started 3 generations back with our grandfather who worked in the food and hospitality industry back in England. So during the 70s and 80s, it was still kind of not so much mainstream Chinese cuisine in England, and so really chili oil is really focused on supporting and providing to the staff of the restaurant. And so through many iterations, it was passed down to my mother, who then started to fine tune the product and served it at a lot of our family gatherings, friends and families over the many years.
Hmm.
And we as the benefactors of our parents, were able to enjoy this chili oil at every family gathering over the years, and a lot of our friends gave us super positive feedback, like, "Oh, this is absolutely delicious. You guys should totally sell it." And I think it's kind of interesting. Amongst friends, we always have these great like business ideas, like, "Oh, that's a great business idea. You should totally do it." Rarely do we ever have a chance to do that.
Hmm.
But this past year in 2019, Jessica and I finally kind of took that step forward and said, you know what, we've had so much positive feedback amongst those who have tried this chili oil that my mom made. Let's see how far we can take it. So in 2019, we really built out the fundamentals and the foundation of how do you start a business. And of course, within the retail sector, as well as a product, there was so much that was involved in basically producing a product, and from bottling to packaging to sourcing of the raw materials, getting the serve safe certifications to be licensed to go into a commercial kitchen, and it really had become such a wonderful adventure for Jessica and I to really learn the ins and outs of starting a business. And
Hmm.
so it really has been absolutely exciting for us to start from scratch and kind of take it to where we are today. And
Hmm.
Jessica
Yeah,
can
it
add to that.
sounds like there's a big
Yes.
learning curve. The thing that I liked, I looked at your Instagram and you guys take the people on a journey showing you the from the actual farm that you guys grow the peppers at. I thought that was really cool, and it's locally
Hmm.
sourced in New Jersey. Can you
Yeah,
talk
locally
about
sourced.
can you talk about the farm and the growing process?
Yeah, so that was a really fun experience for us because actually the chili peppers that we source, it's not common to find in grocery stores besides maybe seasonal in an Asian market. You'll see these Thai bird-eye chilies is technically what they're called. And so we wanted to figure out a way, instead of getting them shipped from, different distributors, how can we bring it closer to home? And why not, New Jersey's known for their peppers, and why is it so hard to potentially grow these bird eye chilies? So we did some research and we were able to find a local farm in Sparta called the Feisty Pepper. I remember when we first saw the name, I was just like, they must be able to grow these peppers for us because they're called Feisty Pepper. And I called the farmer. His name is Tom, amazing individual. He loved our story, and said, hey, like, let's talk more and like let's see if we can make this happen. He said he's never grown these type of chili peppers before, but he was up for the challenge. And for those peppers to actually flourish and grow, you have to prepare basically a year in advance. So we prepared it in 2019, and we're able to bear a lot of fruit by the summertime, which we've harvested and which you'll be receiving for our batch number 3. And the goal is definitely to continue to figure out how we can continue with that source of chili peppers locally, because ideally we would love to source all locally.
And will they be able to grow throughout all the different seasons?
No, unless we've worked with a farm that has the infrastructure. But what we're planning on doing is really harvesting as many peppers in its peak time, and using that for the rest of the year. But we'll see how many jars we sell in this upcoming season.
And when I go to a Chinese restaurant, my wife, she's Korean. She always loves spicy food, so she always asks for hot sauce. And they all seem to bring out like the little dish with chili oil.
Yeah.
Is Chumami similar, or how is it different?
Yeah, that's a great. Oh, Jessica, please.
Oh, I was just gonna say one thing that I wanted to add to what Herman was sharing about our story. Our mom would make this chili oil once a year, and so that's where we also really heard the demand from our friends and family. They would finish it within a month. It's almost addicting, the chili oil. And it's the reason why she would only make it once a year. It is a very long process to make because we're sourcing fresh chilies. And when you go to these restaurants, those chili oils really is just taking fried chili flakes and oil and heating them up, while we're sourcing fresh chilies and a combination of very savory ingredients to make this like very umami balanced flavor.
So what is the shelf life of Chumami? Can I leave it out for a long time?
Yeah, so the benefit of this chili oil is that it is using black vinegar. It has a very long shelf life. We say a year to be safe, but really we've been able to keep these chili oils for sometimes several years, but they will go so quickly. We don't worry too much about it.
We don't have any concern about consuming within the shelf life.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Once it's open, most people just store it with most of their vinegars and salad dressings. So you can refrigerate it if you'd like, but really you can just keep it in your seasoning cabinet as well.
All right, I just wanted to show, because we're not in person, I did want to show people the Chumami oil going on food, which everyone loves food, so. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's see.
Yep, shout out to Whisper Media for creating this video for us. They're also locally in New Jersey.
Yep. And as you can see, if you can't hear the audio, the Chumami chili oil really is broken down into 50% of the ingredients and then 50% of the infused oil itself. So there's a lot of versatility in how you use the product. As a condiment, you can drizzle the ingredients on top of these savory dishes. But you can also use the infused chili oil on the top just for, actually cooking. It's a fan favorite for grilled cheeses, or if you're doing omelets, or a very wide range of applications as well.
Yeah, the thing that I thought was interesting is that it looks like people can use the oil, but they can also use it as more of as a thicker paste almost. I guess that's if you shake. Is that if you shake up the bottle, basically?
Yeah, you can stir the base, and then it kind of spreads out, and then it becomes. You can use the ingredients on the base to have as more of a sauce, versus the top would be the oil, which it would be a drizzle. But to your question earlier, comparing to the traditional chili oils you would find in the Chinese restaurants, I would say that it's not quite that. It's so much more in terms of its flavor and palate profile. It's a lot more complex, and it adapts to a lot of the cuisines that you're eating with. So between our what I would consider test studies and our guinea pig friends and family who have tried it, we've been able to pair it very nicely with many different ethnic cuisines. So, of course, your Asian foods like the Chinese and Korean foods. But my personal favorite is actually Italian. It goes great with spaghetti meatballs you saw in that image, sandwiches and pizza as a drizzle topping. And then all the way from some of our friends have had North African cuisine and Caribbean and so forth. So it's not what you would. It doesn't have some of the ingredients that are very strongly associated with Chinese, like the Chengdu or like the Sichuan type spice. It's definitely a lot more versatile and adapts more universally to what you're eating. So it's not so siloed to just one type of like condiment. Oh, you just eat it with ramen or Chinese noodles or something like that.
How about you, Jessica? What's your favorite thing to eat with Chumami Chili Oil?
Oh man, so the recipe piece is probably one of my favorite things. As being this entrepreneur, creating recipes for Chumami, I think, man, I mean the grilled cheese is I think a really cool invention. This is an opportunity where you can take the thick stuff on the bottom and actually just pour it inside the actual sandwich. I also like to use the bottom piece for marinades, for chicken wings, and even just taking the top layer of the oil is almost like a food hack because you can fry your egg with this infused oil, and it's amazing. Put that on an avocado toast, and you're going to town.
Yeah, you guys are making me hungry.
I know. I was telling you the breakfast.
And how spicy is it? Since I haven't tried it yet.
So it's a good question. Jessica can add as well, but I think the beauty of our product is that it is, primary ingredient is the fresh bird's eye chili. So the Scoville rating, or like the spice association of the chili, is associated to the batch that we source. So although it has a range, our first two batches were pretty mild, I would say, just for the season. And this last batch that we just developed is noticeably spicier. It's not, our goal is not to. It really is to be universal and to accommodate to the widest range of taste preferences. So we don't want to scare people who are typically like, oh, I really don't like spicy stuff, because this is really an introduction for many to enjoy the beauty of having that type of dynamic, or the palate dynamic of having a spicy condiment. I would say it's very more flavorful than spicy, but it has a very slow burn that kind of builds over time. But it's not going to make you gasping for water or yogurt to kind of calm your taste buds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on our packaging we have a 5 chili pepper levels rating, and we say it's three chili peppers. So you'll taste there's heat, but you're kind of like, I can keep eating. It's not like painful where you're like, I need to push through the pain. It's good. It's flavorful.
Sounds great. And your third batch is now available. How do people order it? Is it just online, or they can find it also in some stores?
Yeah, so you can go on chumamichilioil.com where you can just buy our jars there. You can also find them with New Jersey Gourmet. They're a meal prep company that also sells our product. And for now, if people directly message us and they're locally in Morris County, we're willing to meet them in a public location to, save them on shipping so they can just pick it up. So that's also an option.
Oh, that's cool. And I know you guys are a young company. How do you guys give back to the local community?
Yeah, so for us, we are just in our beginning stages, but when the pandemic hit early in March, we did want to see how we can give back as little as or as big as we could. So we actually had a limited supply of Chumami prepared, and we gave several of our cases away to the community in Orange County. That was distributed by our New Jersey gourmet partners, and it was delivered straight to their door safely, and everybody got a free jar of Chumami to slather on their meal prep meals.
Oh, that's wonderful. And from such a young company, it's great that you guys give back so early. Well, thanks to Herman and Jessica for sharing the Chumami Chili Oil story. I'm so excited to get my shipment soon and eventually meet up with you guys. Definitely go to chumamichilioil.com and order your bottle today, or message them and meet them in person and get it faster, probably.
Yeah, thank
so
you so
much.
much, Chris. We really
Yeah.
appreciate all your support, and we're really looking forward to all the feedback from all our newcomers and those who are willing to try it. We have a small, modest, but very passionate group of followers that we like to coin as Chumamians, and we're starting to see this word of mouth spread of this passion, and it's just an honor for us to be able to have this chance, especially during these very difficult times. So thanks so much for having us again.
Yeah,
thanks
thank
so
you,
much.
Chris.
Great. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Take care.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You too. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Bye.